Good Monday afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Garden State Weather Premium on YouTube, Garden State Weather on Facebook, and Garden State Weather Forecast on Facebook, and also Garden State WX on Twitter. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. I've had a couple of days of difficulty getting videos done and what have you. A lot of stuff going on, but we're back now. And it is the last Monday of the month of June already, the 27th of June, 2022. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. It is cloudy, and the rain is exiting our area now, but the downpours just came, and it was like a gully gusher here. 76 degrees and cloudy right now at the Weather Center. We're looking at a slice of the cam here over Asbury Park, and it is shrouded with precipitation, so it can't see anything. And this is what it looks like now. Didn't look like this 24 hours ago when we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people here on the beach and all the beaches here in New Jersey on Sunday, and the rain now is exiting the coast. Here's the larger scale of the Doppler mosaic here as the cold front is approaching now from out of Allentown and Baltimore into our region. We had training cells of showers and thunderstorms, a low Cape, but definitely some very, very heavy downpours with precipitative water values over 2 inches. So quite a lot of rain fell, and there's probably some flash flood watches in effect too. Hold on. Right now we do have some flood watches in effect, or some flood advisories here. They're showing up in the greens here, obviously with the heavy rain that has fallen over the region. With all that heavy rain that just came down here, we have a flood advisory in effect until 4:45 this afternoon for northeastern New Jersey, southeastern New York, including northeastern New Jersey's Bergen, Hudson area, southeastern New York, Bronx, Kings, Brooklyn, Nassau, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Westchester until 4:45. Minor flooding and low-lying poor drainage areas is expected at this time, obviously with the heavy rain that just came down. And we also have this area here for a flood advisory. As a flood advisory in effect until 4 this afternoon for central New Jersey and southern New Jersey, including the counties of Monmouth and Ocean, until 4 o'clock, where between 1 to 2 inches of rain has already fallen, and some locations may experience flooding, including Long Branch, Asbury Park, and it's a washout there. Okay, I think we'll dial you back now to the beginning earlier this morning. Let's dial you back here. We have some showers developing over Pennsylvania well ahead of the cold front that is now approaching, and these showers just began to spread in during early this afternoon. And finally, that big strong line of showers and training rain came through the New Jersey, New York City, Philadelphia I-95 corridor. And as you can see right now, the heaviest rain as of late this afternoon at 3 o'clock is across Ocean County, down through just west of Cape May now, and this line will be pushing east, southeast over the next hour. Air temperatures this afternoon at 3 o'clock, basically in the low to the mid 70s. They've cooled off a little bit right along the coast, even a few 80-degree marks here still noted. Maximum temperatures today, probably around the same kind of configuration, but they're cooling off now just a little bit over the interior. What's more important is the dew point. The maximum dew point today was in the low to mid 70s. That's the reason why all the heavy precipitation came down. If we look at the dew points now, they're starting to come down into the 60s and even 50s across Pennsylvania. So the drier air is coming in our direction. It's still kind of humid outside, obviously, with the low level cloud cover and the rain that's occurring. And where it's occurring, relative humidity value is basically about 90 to 100%. Another way of looking at the wind gust right now, and this is live. Let's see if this is, we can pull this up. Yep. We have a cold front coming through the area right now, and the winds along the shore points are still a little gusty ahead of this out of the southwest. Let's start with by taking you upstairs in the atmosphere at 250 millibars, our jet stream structure here. Here's the cold front just waiting to get off the east coast here, being blocked up by high pressure here over the southeastern United States and the heat ridges also. A couple of interesting features here at the 250 millibar level. Upper level high pressure here over the Gulf, low pressure here over the desert Southwest. This is the monsoon season. Split flow pattern here between an upper level low off the west coast here and high pressure off of the southern coast of California here. A lot of things going on here in the atmosphere that's going to bring a lot of change in your forecast going forward. Now, as we look at 500 millibars, here comes the cold front. Dual high pressure zones here across the southeastern United States. 700 millibars, you have the same kind of flow pattern here. Let's see if we can take this off for a minute. Take this off, hold on. Yeah, this is a very difficult pattern going forward because there are so many players here, and there's a lot of blocking here in the Pacific as well at this level. And when we get down to 850 millibars, here comes the cold front through the east coast, high pressure over the Midwest, lots of upper level lows here in Canada around Hudson's Bay on either side, and a variable amount of high pressure, low pressure, all kinds of blocking here going on the west coast. And of course, we didn't even get into the tropics just yet. Everybody was enjoying the beach over the weekend where temperatures were in the upper 60s to lower 70s. They still look to be about that way right now as well. And we really do have quite a lot of action going on here in the Atlantic. Here at 2 o'clock this afternoon in the northern Gulf of Mexico, an area of showers and thunderstorms across the north central Gulf of Mexico associated with a trough of low pressure. Development is slow to occur as it moves to the west-southwest at about 10 miles an hour towards the northwestern Gulf of Mexico and approaches the coast of southern Texas and northeastern Mexico during the next few days, about a 20% chance. So we're not too worried about this, but this one we are. As of 2 o'clock, we still have that tropical wave about 700 miles east-southeast of the Windward Islands here. Large area of showers and thunderstorms. Conditions appear conducive for development and a tropical depression or tropical storm likely to form in the next day or so, probably as it reaches the Windward Islands on Tuesday night or possibly while moving west across the Caribbean Sea on Wednesday through Friday. NOAA Hurricane Hunter aircraft is currently investigating the system and has found winds of tropical storm force. So the interest in the Windward Islands and along the northeastern coast of Venezuela should monitor the progress of the system, and tropical storm watches or warnings could be required over portions of this area later today. So over the next 48 hours, expecting about a 70% chance of formation at about 90% chance over the next 5 days. So we're going to be watching this. This is another one behind it, and this is an eastern tropical Atlantic wave here southwest of Cabo Verde Islands, producing showers and thunderstorms, and conditions could become conducive for gradual development later this week while the system moves northwest at about 15 miles an hour through and over the tropical Atlantic, so about a 20% chance, and we're monitoring all of this. And yes, you can see it here, NOAA aircraft mission number 1 into the invest of this storm here in the Gulf. Another Air Force reconnaissance plane going into the unassigned mission here en route with this particular 94L, I believe it's called. And this is what it looks like. So, you know, we've got the aircraft hunter planes here, Air Force and NOAA planes inside of all of this right now. And lastly, we still have Tropical Storm Celia. It's probably a depression now. Hold on. Well, Celia was a tropical storm and then became a depression. Now it's back at tropical storm force winds at about 45 miles an hour. About 20.8 north, 116.9 west, movement to the west-northwest at about 10 miles per hour. In the Central Pacific here, or Eastern Pacific, we're still monitoring this area of showers and thunderstorms located offshore the coast of Guatemala and southern Mexico. A tropical wave and a broad area of low pressure environmental conditions could support some gradual development of this disturbance during the next several days while it moves west-northwest at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So we have a very important forecast coming up for the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area. In fact, everybody actually for the 4th of July, but want to get into this right now. This is our moisture here at 700 millibars, our relative humidity values, and you can already see the cold front coming in. We went upstairs to 850 millibars here. Again, we're finding our flow here out of the west here across New Jersey now, southerly right along the coast and into Long Island where the rain showers are exiting. Upper air, let's go up to 700 millibars. We did that already. Let's go back down to 925 millibars. And again, we're finding west winds coming in, so the cold front is on its way, making progress through the region this afternoon. Let's see, heavy rain. Well, precipitable water values were as much as 2 inches here earlier, and that's produced a lot of rainfall here and flash flooding and urban street flooding here through the area. But notice back here through Pennsylvania, it really begins to dry out, and a drier atmosphere for sure taking place overnight tonight into tomorrow. And we've fresh off the data source here, we have the new 12Z European model guidance coming in, and we're looking at the cyclonic vorticity here, the geopotential heights and the wind vectors and knots here. From this morning's run, here's Cecilia actually, out into the eastern Pacific here, southwest of Baja and Cabo here in Mexico, heading out into the ocean. What we're looking at is vorticity maximums coming through the area, and one of them will be a secondary cold front. Looks like this is going to be the main cold front coming through the region tomorrow morning. A couple of board maxes and everything begins to die off here. Look at this upper level flow here. Let's see, maybe we should do North America instead. Yeah, let's do North America. And as you can see, you know, it's a straddling west to east flow underneath upper level lows over Hudson's Bay, Canada, into the Gulf of Alaska here. This looks interesting because it wants to spin up, the European model guidance wants to spin up that area of low pressure and concern here over the Gulf into Texas. That could prove to be a rainmaker. Okay, but that gets washed out a little bit, and we're still under this west to east flow and a zonal flow at that. But this is busy here. This is very convoluted in the Pacific here, Eastern Pacific, and Aleutian Islands here south of the Alaska, and the Aleutian Islands to the west coast of the United States of America. And I think what the model guidance wants to try to do here is to take the high pressure ridge and flatten it as we get towards the weekend. And if that's the case, then we're going to have issues here, because if that's the case, the latest model guidance isn't showing this, but it's showing it a little bit later, around and after July 5th. So, you know, the forecast for this weekend could change, definitely, despite the fact that the new model guidance is different from last night's model guidance. And last night's model guidance, well, it had the PVA coming through the area with lower heights over southeastern Canada into the 4th of July weekend. The new model guidance has slowed that up considerably until Wednesday and Thursday of next week. So again, this is going to be a very confusing forecast, but it's going to be hot, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. National Weather Service digital database high temperature records here. Well, it's hot in California and the west and Intermountain West here. with temperatures reaching into the hundreds like they did yesterday and again over the next week and across the Midwest. But if you really want high temperature records here in the eastern United States, we're not seeing it. No, it doesn't mean it's not going to be hot. It just means there are no records. So let's go back into the Northeast here. And as we get into Monday here, well, you know, that's it. That's what you got. Tuesday here looks okay. No records here. Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now, this is where the heat really starts to build here towards the weekend. Again, right on the July 4th time frame here. Friday, July 4th, July 1st, actually, temperatures in the 90s in the urban areas with heat indices above that. So let's just get to the high temperatures. Let's get back into New Jersey here. Let's see if we can do this. Forget about today, that's over. Tuesday, high temperatures again in the upper 70s to lower 80s. The heat builds back on Wednesday as the ridge progresses and a westerly flow aloft, so temperatures back into the mid and upper 80s. They get close to 90 again in the urban centers here on Thursday, and then the heat really builds over the weekend. On Friday, July 1st, we're talking about temperatures near the coast at about 89 degrees and interior sections in the mid 90s. Yikes. Yikers. And Saturday too. And then again on Sunday, Monday, July 4th actually. Saturday is July 2nd. Sunday is July 3rd. And, you know, again, temperatures back into the 80s. So there's going to be a clash in this location here with showers and thunderstorms once again. If we took a look at the total precipitation values over the next 66 hours, well, you know, we've already maximized that at about a couple of inches here over the region. And the reason why the forecast looks interesting for this weekend coming up, not today, because we're getting rid of the precipitable water values here in the atmosphere, but as we get back into Thursday, precipitable water values will be rising above 1 inch once again. And then, you know, as we head into Friday, precipitable water values getting into 1.2, 1.4, 1.6 areas here. And Saturday, look at this. If you've got any frontal boundaries or any kind of boundaries around with lifting mechanisms in them in the atmosphere, you're going to find precipitable water values of about 1.8 to 2 inches. And that's going to lead to a strong line of showers and thunderstorms in this region right here. So pay attention, folks. If you're celebrating this holiday weekend with outdoor activities, you're going to have to watch out for strong storms. Lightning, heavy downpours, downburst wind gust. Yeah, you're going to have to do that because even if we looked at the Cape, even if we looked at 6-hour precipitation totals here, as you get into Saturday, that's where everything starts to rock and roll here. Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday morning, around midnight, Saturday, Sunday, you know, a little drier for the 4th of July. Not a washout, but I can tell you right now, Saturday is not looking good. And when we're looking towards this weekend coming up here, pardon me, I have allergies. Look at this heat building at 850 millibars in our temperatures here in Celsius on Friday and Saturday. Especially on Saturday. This is going to support a rising motion in the atmosphere, and there's definitely going to be some strong thunderstorms occurring under this domain here. The other thing I want to look at Really honing in on the Cape values here for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Rising motion in the atmosphere supporting any kind of lifting in the atmosphere along any kind of boundaries here. Showers and thunderstorms across the Chesapeake, the New Jersey coast. This is more probable to happen on Saturday, especially during the afternoon from New York City, southern Connecticut, the shorelines of New Jersey down through Delmarva, where we've got Cape better than 12 to 1750 joules per kilogram here. It's going to be supportive of some strong storms and thunderstorms across the area. And once again, I just want to dial this back here and show you what that means. So if you're planning outdoor activities on Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, you better beware. There's going to be a lot of moisture in the air. Downpours are possible under this Cape values. Hail, strong downburst winds, heavy rain, and lightning will be very efficient during this period of time. As we head into Sunday, things begin to calm down a little bit. And it now looks like, we'll have scattered showers, very warm atmosphere around, some upper level disturbances as well. So, the 4th of July itself might not be a washout, but Saturday looks that way to me.